Let's begin with this. The extradition process of two men arrested in Eswatini in connection with the murders of Kiernan, aka Forbes, and Tebello, Tibz Murders, has been postponed to next Tuesday. The suspects have appeared in the Manzini Magistrate's Court and remain in custody. Let's get more details now. Nhlanhla Jele, SABC News Reporter, is joining us. Nhlanhla, thank you so much for your time. Suspects willing to be extradited to South Africa, but they're concerned about their safety. What makes them so concerned?
Good evening to you, Bongiwe, and to our viewers at home. As you correctly put it, they are concerned, their defense lawyer rather, is concerned about the process that is going to happen when they are being brought back to the country to face these charges that they are accused of. So he says that in this application process, remember, we've been saying that he told us that he's still expecting a full comprehensive application for the extradition to take place. However, we heard even this morning in court, the state prosecutor saying to the magistrate that unfortunately the NDPP in South Africa has not furnished them, the Eswatini DPP, with those applications. So those are some of the conditions that the defense is saying that they need to consult with their clients and also look at what is contained in their application, citing the issue of safety. But he does say to us also on the side that it doesn't mean that because this issue of safety is contained in that application, then it means the process will go on. Chances are, depending on also what is also in that application, chances are the application might not go through and they might decline the whole application, meaning it has to start all over again. We saw them appearing this morning in court. They were relaxed, they were not worried. They sat there half the time with their faces covered, looking down, chatting just between the two of them. And when the time came for them to be addressed by the magistrate, they stood up, stretched nicely and comfortably so, and listened to what the magistrate had to say. And when it was time for them to move out of the court, they just jaywalked. They were comfortable just walking. But we do understand, as you have said, that it has been postponed to next week, Tuesday, so that the NDPP in South Africa can furnish the DPP in Eswatini with that full comprehensive application to have these two suspects back in South Africa. Also, the first provisional application contained a third suspect, who one of the brothers who's also in demand, the brothers, but the state prosecutor did say in court that it turns out he has been arrested in South Africa, so his name needs to be struck off those papers that are contained in the court, and the matter should be struck off the roll in Eswatini as we speak. So far, they appeared this morning. The matter has been postponed. Their lawyer did not oppose the postponement because also he too did not receive the application that was supposed to be given to them, as he says, last week Friday by close of business, and he had hoped that they would get the application yesterday. However, the application did not come through. So Bongiwe, they are expected back in court next week, Tuesday.
So Nhlanhla, talk to us about the issue of the cell phones, because we do understand they were found in possession of some cell phones, but also there's another application that's being made to have the phones sent to the country. What exactly is happening there?
There was a bit of confusion with the issue of the cell phones. The state prosecutor came and said, these are the cell phones that we found in possession of the two suspects when they were arrested. They are registered and all that, and we want to bring an application to the court to have them detained so that they can be sent to South Africa as part of evidence in the ongoing investigation in this case. However, their defense came up and said, unfortunately, we cannot allow that process to happen right now because the proper procedures were not followed. Apparently, it turns out that an affidavit was not filed. So they're trying to protect their clients by saying that because an affidavit was not filed, we cannot allow this process to carry on until an affidavit is filed to have these cell phones sent back to South Africa, because obviously they were found in possession of these cell phones. I'm just remembering yesterday when we were speaking to one of the neighbors, one of them said to us that they would spend hours speaking on the phone. So I'm sure those are some of the cell phones that were found in possession of these two suspects when they were arrested. But we do know that their defense attorney, Ngwenya, said to us that they're hoping this affidavit will be filed today so that this process can quickly happen before the court sits again next week for the extradition application process.
And Nhlanhla, were there any family members from their side who were present in court?
It doesn't look like there were any family members that were present in court from their side. One thing I can tell you, the courtroom was filled with South African journalists and also journalists in Eswatini, and also a lot of police, correctional services employees, and also police who were guarding the doors, who were guarding all entrances into the court. But it doesn't look like there was any familiar faces because even during the whole time, during the whole process, these two gentlemen had their faces hidden under the table until they were told to stand up. And you could see that the conversation they're having is just between the two of them and between them and their lawyer. Otherwise, it doesn't look like there were any family members who were present to come and support them for whatever reason, Bongiwe.
All right, Nhlanhla, thank you so much for that update. That's our reporter there, Nhlanhla Jele.